In the heart of Oke-Odin, a peaceful Yoruba village surrounded by dense forests and rolling hills, life followed the rhythms of tradition. The villagers shared laughter in the market, celebrated festivals, and feared the deep, mysterious forest on the outskirts. The elders often warned about the cursed forest clearing, home to Igi Oro, a massive ancient tree with roots that seemed to claw at the earth. For generations, they spoke of a curse tied to the clearing, a dark spirit bound to guard a secret buried beneath the soil. No one dared to venture too close, not even the hunters who prided themselves on their bravery. But everything changed when Adekunle, the village blacksmith, vanished. Adekunle was the pride of Oke-Odin. Strong, dependable, and kind, he was loved by all, especially his wife, Adebisi. So when he didn't return home one night, the village erupted in alarm. The Bale, Aragondade, organized a search party, led by Adekunle's best friend, Oladimeji. The group ventured deep into the forest, their lanterns flickering in the suffocating darkness. Hours later, they stumbled upon something chilling, a freshly dug hole at the base of Igi Oro and Adekunle's shoes neatly placed beside it. There was no sign of Adekunle himself. The men returned to the village shaken, whispering among themselves. Baba Agba, the village elder, declared solemnly, "This is not the work of man. The spirits are angry. Something has disturbed their rest." But Oladimeji couldn't let go of his friend. Refusing to believe the tales, he returned to the forest alone that same night. Guided by the light of his lantern, he retraced their steps to the clearing. When he arrived, his heart stopped. The hole was larger now, and the shoes were gone. A faint whisper broke the silence. Oladimeji. The voice was unmistakable. It was Adekunle's. Trembling, Oladimeji called out, "Adekunle, where are you?" The whisper came again, leading him deeper into the forest. There, in a moonlit grove, Adekunle stood motionless, his back to Oladimeji. His clothes were torn, and his skin was pale. "Adekunle?" Oladimeji asked cautiously. When Adekunle turned, Oladimeji stumbled back in horror. His friend's eyes were pitch black, and a grotesque smile twisted his face. "You shouldn't have come," Adekunle said in a voice that wasn't his. Before Oladimeji could react, Adekunle lunged at him with unnatural speed. Swinging his machete wildly, Oladimeji felt as though he was fighting smoke. Everything went black. When he awoke, he was back in the village, lying in Baba Agba's hut. The elder's face was grim. "You are lucky to be alive," he said. "But this is far from over. The spirits are restless." The next few days brought terror to Oke-Odin. Animals were found dead with twisted necks, crops withered overnight, and whispers echoed through the village at dusk. Then, a young boy named Afolabi burst into the village square one evening, screaming that he'd seen Adekunle. "I saw him at the clearing," the boy cried. "He was digging with his bare hands." The villagers were terrified. Bale Aragondade sent for Babalawo Fidei, a renowned diviner from a neighboring village. When the diviner arrived, he cast his cowries and declared, "This is no ordinary curse. Something ancient has awakened. We must act before it consumes us all." Oladimeji, despite his fear, volunteered to accompany Babalawo Fidei to the clearing. Joining them were Adetola and Bamidele, two of the village's bravest men. Armed with charms and courage, they ventured into the forest under the cover of night. The air grew colder as they approached the clearing. There, at the base of Igi Oro, Adekunle was digging furiously, his hands bloody and raw. He didn't look up, even as they approached. "Do not go near him," Babalawo Fidei warned. He began chanting, drawing symbols on the ground with white chalk and sprinkling herbs around the clearing. Suddenly, Adekunle stopped digging. Slowly, he turned to face them, his black eyes glowing faintly in the darkness. "You cannot stop this," he said, his voice echoing unnaturally. The ground beneath them began to tremble. A low, guttural growl rose from the hole as a massive shadow emerged, its form shifting and writhing like smoke. The shadow's eyes burned like embers as it towered over them. Babalawo Fidei's voice remained steady as he chanted louder, raising his staff. The creature lunged at him, but the staff emitted a blinding light, forcing it back into the hole with an ear-piercing screech. Adekunle collapsed, unconscious. The shadow disappeared, and the forest fell silent. When they returned to the village, Adekunle was alive but weak. He had no memory of what happened, but his once vibrant spirit was gone. Babalawo Fidei warned the villagers, "The spirit is contained, but it is not destroyed. Never disturb Igi Oro again, or the consequences will be dire." Oladameji and the others filled the hole at the clearing, but the events left a scar on the village. Over time, families began to leave, fearful that the curse might return. Today, OK Odin is nothing more than an abandoned memory, and Igi Oro stands alone in the forest. They say on quiet nights, if you listen closely, you can hear the whispers of Adekunle's voice carried on the wind, warning anyone who dares to come near, "You shouldn't have come."